Hear that? That's the sweet sound of Minute Maid slushies at McDonald's, turning up your summer with every sip, slurp, and ah.
Get a small sweet peach, blue raspberry, or fruit punch slushie for just $2. Or get any size soft drink for $1. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with combo meal.
We'll do that on air. We'll talk about Mateo's origins.
Yeah,
Mateo, what's your origin story?
Sicilian.
His mother got shot in Whitney.
on mic. No, we're starting.
Yeah, we started.
Yeah, we're good.
Were you smuggled into America on like some sort of crate on a boat?
As a little boy in Saragossa, he saw his mother being thrown into a volcano by the Moors. And as a result, he does black jokes.
Put a Morse.
Okay, so the South. All right.
Did you ride around on mopeds?
On mic, Mateo.
My cousin does.
You ever see the movie Respiro?
Who directed it?
That's Coppola, right? Oh, Vincent Gallo, right?
No, Respiro came out in the 90s.
Oh, all right.
And it came out in the 2000s with Valerina Golino.
Nah, I've seen the.
They're talking about Tetro. That's right.
The only thing I can think of it relate to it is The Great Beauty, which was an amazing film.
Tetro is great. You ever seen Tetro, the Coppola film?
Yeah.
I love Vincent Gallo. Anything he's in.
Sadiq does not like Vincent Gallo at all.
Why not?
I think like and like I respect the fact that like he's this contrarian. Like he just seems like a dirtbag to me, like in a not good way.
You don't know anything about him. You're judging him.
I mean, but I like judging people, and like I should on paper
See,
like.
this is how people talk about me in the comedy scene. Do you know Frank? No, I never talked to him. You know, a lot of people who stick up for me, like people be like, "Fuck Frank," and this and that. He's this, he's that, he's the other thing, and people go, "Have you ever talked to him?"
You know what? Know what I ran into? There was 4 comics. I did a show when I first saw you. This was like 2 years ago. Did a show at an antique shop, and these are the comics who were bashing you. I'll name them right now.
Go ahead.
Because fuck them. Because I don't like any of them.
All right.
This kid, Brett Raybold.
He was badmouthing me?
He was badmouthing you.
Jesus.
What was the other kid?
It's always a surprise.
Big fat kid Nick with a beard. Not Nick Milton. I forget the kid's name.
He's got a beard, so it doesn't matter.
Blonde kid Nick. The comic who booked us he wore like a leather jacket. I just forget the kid's fucking name. Just only named Brett Raybold. I have a beef with Brett. I don't like Brett.
What did Brett say?
That you were going out of your way to be offensive. That you couldn't take a joke. Like you were sensitive. Like if you and then the other kid Nick turned around and was like, yeah, most tough guy comics like can't take a joke. Like about them, like they can't like take one,
Yeah, because nobody who's making the jokes are fucking funny.
I fucking say the same thing. People don't understand when there's a way of ball busting, and like half these kids all of a sudden, like last night I was talking to these like 4 comics. I just said hello to them. All of a sudden they're like, yeah, you fucking shower together, to me and Rob, and I'm like, I do that. I sit on stage.
Yeah, I'm not a tough guy comic. I'm just a tough guy.
Right.
I'll put all these kids in the fucking hospital.
Yeah. This was fucking. This was 2 years ago, so I don't know if
I'm more friends with his brother.
Yeah,
I'm friends with Jordan.
Yeah. Plus, like I buzz Frank's balls all the time for being a guinea and having Gotti on his phone and worshiping these criminals.
That's the thing. You're doing it the right way. You're doing it the right way.
Frank was the one. Why do you have Gotti on your phone? That shit, like
hero.
It's not just Gotti. It's it's the
I
Andy Warhol.
Yeah,
Gotti.
that makes more sense. Yeah.
But I do love John Gotti. He's somebody I look up to him. He came from where I come from, and he made a success out of it.
Honestly, if I was your age, I would pick over instead of Gotti, the Wall Street Bombers of 1910.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Did you say something I know?
Well, what was he talking about?
The London Bombers?
Boston.
No, I'm not.
My cousin. Sorry, go on.
The Wall Street Bombers in 1910 were 2 Italian guys from Sicily who were organizers of the IWW anarchist communist fraction of the Democratic Party.
They're exactly like Gotti.
That sounds so boring. John Gotti was a working class guy, grew up poor, and he became a multimillionaire running a corporation that made $250 million a year. He was the king of New York City.
Yeah, but he did that by murdering and extorting people.
He was murdering people who were in his organization.
Castellano. He was like...
He had no choice. He had no choice. Castellano was fucking keeping the money for himself.
Exactly.
It was scumbag. It was a popular decision to kill Paul. They were all, not the other families, but the Gambinos were all on.
Yeah, the other families were offended by it because he technically broke the rules. You can't kill a boss.
The guy was sharp. He dressed nice.
Right.
You know, he was good to the fucking people in the community.
People loved him.
I mean, as soon as he went to jail, all the Italian neighborhoods went black.
That's it.
Yep. No, that is very true. That's proven.
And then they went Chinese.
That's even worse.
Well, isn't like Bensonhurst now like East?
Oh my!
Isn't Bensonhurst now like Eastern Europeans or something?
Yeah.
Yes, well,
That's why it sucks.
There's still Italians there, though.
There's a couple that won't leave.
down Bath Avenue. Like,
Hold on to the stoops for dear life.
To find a legitimate New York, you have to really search.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like one block here, one block here, one block here. The culture's gone.
Well, Manhattan and South Brooklyn basically are just that's it. Like,
I love how these hipsters move to the worst neighborhoods. Like they live in neighborhoods I wouldn't take a piss in.
Oh, true. Very true.
I wouldn't live in Bed-Stuy. When I was doing the podcast with Racine, I had to go to his house. I was like, I took my chain off, put it in my fucking sock. I was like, I'm not fucking walking. They're shooting dice outside his house. I go, where the fuck do you live? He has 2 99-cent stores on his block. Why do you need 2?
But to be fair, it's like these neighbors are like the only places like people can afford if they're not from here, don't have rent control apartments.
And then they shouldn't move here.
I agree with that statement.
If you can't afford to live in New York, stay where you are.
Well, I have rent control. Well, not rent control. I have Section 8.
Where do you live, Mateo?
We swapped it. We used to live in town, but after my uncle died, it was under his name. We swapped it for another apartment, so we live in 59th in the river.
He lives by Central Park.
yeah,
Yeah, but not towards there, like towards the water on 59th Street.
That's not far from the park, though.
Yeah, it's not.
He lives on Central Park West.
No, I don't.
but your dad's like an immigrant.
Yeah, he is.
What does he do for a living?
He's a waiter, but he's now doing doing shift for the church.
Aren't you glad you asked?
That sounds like vaguely shady.
I thought like a pizza maker or something.
Well, for actually next week, all the way till like Labor Day, he's going to India for missionary work.
Oh, okay.
Are you a confirmed Catholic?
Yeah,
Oh, good for you. You probably love your mother.
I do. Frank's seen my set. I have the Oedipus complex.
Wait, what?
Frank can explain.
I really can't.
I was gonna say, you have the explanation.
I don't remember.
I'm saying like I have a whole joke on like stepmother porn.
Okay, so
Who doesn't?
now recently, what happened? You left. You lost a nut. What happened?
The vein in my testicles broke.
What happened to your balls? You're fucking
Too much jerking off.
Yeah,
and he's booked on the Allison Clem show.
No, the vein in my testicle left.
What's your type? Like, if your ideal woman, what does she look like?
Kat Dennings?
In defense, though, that might actually be my type too. She's smoking hot.
She was a hot.
Who is she?
That's the one from what show is she on? Two Broke Girls.
Oh, you like goth girls?
I guess.
Yeah.
she is very.
She got big tits.
She's got black hair and really pasty white skin.
Yeah, yeah.
She's smoking hot. Yeah.
Huge tits. There you go. One more time. Huge tits. Said 6 times to Frank. Frank hasn't even looked at Zombie. It's so funny. Like it's just this.
Here's her at the Golden Globes from last year.
Oh, very attractive. Yeah, she looks like Rose McGowan.
Oh, yeah. So what happened?
I read a Facebook status that Frank wrote where he, what'd you write?
I don't remember.
It was Rose McGowan. I feel bad for Rose McGowan because 20 years ago she was so much more attractive. It was the funniest fucking thing.
She's like the face of the Me Too.
I don't know if this is going to seem like I'm patting myself on the back, but I think my Facebook statuses are the greatest of
They are.
They are very.
Yeah, they're very good.
I delete them in 12 hours. I don't want them coming back to haunt me. Frank, you said something like this in 2013. Oh, yeah, where's your proof?
You do realize people can screen cap that shit.
But have they?
Yeah.
I don't know if they have. That's true.
Mateo has.
I have.
Thank you.
He's coming after you.
I'm not coming after you. I'm just doing it for my hard drive. And my
So what
archive.
happened? Big J. Okerson like, saved your life or something like that?
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know.
That's a weird thing because you put out a Facebook status and you're thanking Big J. Okerson. First off, the fucking guy's not going to. What do you think? He's like
No,
punk
because
you,
he helped.
or-
I didn't know the address because there was like my test was swelling up from blood and shit.
Right.
It was the vein burst. I didn't know the address. My phone was about to die, so I gave him the phone. It was right there when it happened, and he gave the address and shit.
So you gave Big J. Okerson the phone? And
I didn't know the address.
Was he like the only person near you, or there was a crowd of people?
There
There was a lot of people there, and he went over to the most famous one.
No, I didn't. That's not true.
petered away.
I did not know who was there.
Were you crawling to Big J.
No, you didn't
Okerson?
recognize him, even though he's 35 feet tall.
You're probably like, Big J, could you call 911?
No, I didn't want to make
He
a
was
scene.
like, I know my balls are bleeding, but I might be able to get on Legion's discount.
No, I was trying to not make a scene because I was at Harlem and I was screaming a lot. So I went around a corner. He was at the bus stop and I was like, I don't know the address.
Oh, by the way, on the way back, can we stop at the vitamin shop? He knows where it is.
So they rushed me to the hospital and they put a catheter all the way in my testicles and they sucked all the blood out and stitched me up and I was done.
Oh God!
What happened to your balls?
Nothing. They didn't cut me open. They just put the catheter and they sucked the blood out and then they used a laser to sew the vein back together.
Why did your balls do that why'd you do that in the first place?
I have an enlarged scrotum vein. So basically, last year of May of 2017, a similar thing happened again.
Wait, this happened to you twice?
Yes.
This is a jerking off thing. It's from jerking off, right?
I don't think so.
How else could you get it?
Yeah.
Well, I took a DNA test.
Are you an excessive masturbator? I am.
No,
be
I'm
embarrassed.
not.
I am. If nobody was in this room, that's what I would be doing.
I know my grandfather's had multiple scares of testicular cancer, so probably that.
Oh God!
No, I think it's good for you. Get rid of cancer. If you jerk off, it's good to get rid of cancer. When you jerk off, it's good for you. Somebody said the more you masturbate, the less chance you get asshole cancer.
Really?
You mean
So obviously, Michael Landon was not masturbating.
Or Matt Levy.
He's the Travolta of the Little House.
Matt Levy is one testicle.
I know.
Yeah.
You want to know something sad about that? Matt Levy was a good friend of mine.
Yeah, I like Matt Levy.
He was in a relationship, and during his surgery, his girlfriend left him for another guy.
Wow.
But you know what? God paid him back because he got an even hotter girlfriend, and he's engaged. You ever meet his girlfriend? She's beautiful.
I'm not.
Beautiful girl.
Remember the picture of John Lackey? He did that, right? He left his wife.
Then what's his name? Did that the John Edwards?
Yeah,
the VP, right? The running mate.
He was cheating on his wife while she was dying with cancer.
It's a scumbag move.
Yeah,
That's a Midwestern move, you know.
He's from the South, though.
Either way.
I did a film with them, Matt and his girlfriend. She wrote a film and she directed it and he produced it, and they cast me.
Really?
It's called Our Lady of the '80s or something like that. And the way I work, I probably shouldn't say this because nobody will hire me. I don't. If you send me a script, I won't read it.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'll go to the shoot without a hard copy, and then I'll say, "Can I just see a hard copy?" I'll look at it, and then I just go and I do it.
And you right from there, you memorize the lines, or
Yeah, I memorize lines instantly.
and you're that quick that where you just memorize.
I don't. I studied acting for many years,
Right.
But I
You and the Strasberg
Strasberg
Institute,
do, but I reject everything they taught me. I don't like to read the whole script. I don't want to know what happens. I did Burn This. Langford Wilson, you know the play? Burn This.
well, yeah, from the.
It's a very famous play. So I fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
I did the scene in the class with one of the best actors in the class, and I nailed it. So the girl I did the scene with was like, Frank, that was so great. When your brother's gay. I go, whose brother's gay? She goes, in the script, your brother's gay. I go, oh, I have a gay brother? She goes, did you read the play? I go, no, I just read the scene that we worked on. And she got so mad at me because when you're a purist, you think that this is terrible.
Of course.
And she goes, I don't know whether to be mad at you for not reading it or being mad that you were so fucking good without reading it. I'm like, why do I have to know anything?
So you think as an actor going into a script with an empty head, not reading anything?
I love that.
Do other actors do that, or
Woody Allen likes his actors to do that. Woody Allen sends people a scene at a time. They never get the script.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like that, but that sounds like paradise.
Honestly, I want to say this, but Louis did the same thing for the show.
That's such a good idea.
Why is it? Just because it gives you a chance?
An actor's enemy is his mind.
Yes.
Right.
And they get too analytical and they think like what it is they're doing. So I know actors that think they're curing cancer. I swear to God, you think comics are obnoxious? Actors think they're fucking. Actors think they're fucking doctors.
Very pretentious.
Yeah. So I think it's less complicated than it is.
Because we were talking about this yesterday, me and Rob. We were saying, when an actor takes on a commercial, it's like they have to sell that product.
Yeah.
And,
sounds like torture.
And it sounds terrible.
It's hard, especially when you're honest. Like I auditioned for Lipitor, and I didn't even know what it was. I said, "What's Lipitor?" And they're like, "Oh, it's for high blood pressure." So I was very solemn because I'm like, high blood pressure is dangerous.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I took Lipitor and I'm getting better. And they go, "Can you be a little more like smile?"
Right.
I go, "But I have high blood pressure." And they're like, "Yeah, but now you're taking Lipitor, so everything's gonna be okay." I said, "This is fucking retarded." And then somebody told me when you go in for an audition, you have to smile. And I'm like, but I'm not the kind of guy who smiles on a regular basis, so I never booked a commercial in my life.
What was the biggest role of your book? Have you booked?
I just did a lot of theater. I didn't book any.
You were more theater.
I never booked. I auditioned for SVU. I auditioned for Just My Luck with Lindsay Lohan, and this is when she was hot.
Right.
This is before the lip injections.
Yeah.
This is before the anorexia. Before all the fucking nuts. This is like right after Mean Girls.
Yeah.
She still
This
got
is
the
when
baby
she was like
fat.
mid
2000s.
And I was like, if I get on the set with this broad, I'm fucking her. And I didn't get it, but that was another hard.
What was the role?
Newsstand guy. There's a scene where she wins like a
I never seen
lottery.
the movie. No, yeah.
And it was in the trailer when they showed the trailer because the line was one scratch off, please, and I go, how many? And in the trailer went one scratch off, please, how many? I said I would have been in the fucking
You were in
trailer.
the trailer?
Yeah, you were in the trailer, yeah. And you auditioned for Dom on The Sopranos.
Yeah, Dom The Sopranos.
Wait, which Dom?
He was fat Dom.
Kills Vito.
You auditioned to be Fat Dom?
No, his name was when I auditioned. His name was Dom.
Yeah.
And then they hired a fat guy and they changed it to Fat Dom.
Oh, man, you would have been great, man. If you would have been like, hey, you get that pool cue stuck in his ass. Whatever the hell he said.
It was 4 episodes. That's fucking like $32,000.
Oh, man.
You could have got past the cellar for that for sure.
Yeah. Fuck, who cares about the cellar?
The cellar was. I was in Greenwich Village on a Tuesday night, right at like 9:30. It was sort of. I did a show at the Pear, and the cellar was dead because everyone's at the stand. They do that fucking Roast Masters show. It's amazing how many people go there opposed to.
You know,
It's a bigger spot.
people see Phil and they see me, and guys like Brett Ray both who don't do anything distinctive or memorable, and they see Phil and they see me and they're like, oh, they're trying to be offensive. I'm like, this is the way I talked before I became a comic. I didn't become a comic and go, oh, now let me be like Andrew Dice Clay. I was like this since kindergarten.
Right.
If I never became a comic, I'd be saying the things I say on stage, off stage anyway.
You're a fan of guys who you're a fan of guys who think like you as far as comedians. Like when I was younger, I used to listen to Opie and Anthony. I was like, oh wow, these guys are from Long Island. I'm from Staten Island. So it's like you have the same sort of thinking of them. So when people see you and they'll be like, people see you. A better example, if people see me or Rob, I get like a lot of like now Sebastian Maniscalco. Don't know why. Nothing like we're nothing.
Just you're Italian.
But just I'm Italian. They're like, oh, Sebastian Maniscalco. I was like, what's going on? Go on, Greg. I'm sorry.
The only love I ever received consistently in the comedy scene over the years has been from black comics. They gave me the most support.
Yeah, because a lot of urban comics love that. Like they like authenticity. But the only thing would see a lot of black comics now, a lot of their shtick is like not being black. Like the whole thing is like we're saying. Like we like stereotypes. Like I like a stereotypical person who's just like everything they're gonna say is like what I'm expecting, but there's a twist to it also.
Well, I was at the Grizzly Pear one night for an open mic a couple of years ago, and there was this dude. I don't even think he's doing comedy anymore. He was an older black guy, and he was just telling stories, and I was dying.
Yeah.
So this girl says to me, "You're the only one laughing." I said, so?
It's funny.
And at least I'm supporting the fucking
because
guy.
if that guy was at the bar at the Grizzly Pear and he was telling you those stories, you'll be cracking up.
So I go, why aren't you laughing and why aren't all these fucking white kids laughing? She goes, because we feel like if we support this guy, it's a detriment to our black friends who don't act like this.
That's
that kind of white guilt makes me so sick.
It's ridiculous. Same. It's fake. It's 99%. It's just fake. It's such bullshit.
It's the fake of like.
I said to what's his name? I was talking to Conor McCausland the other day. I was like, black people think I'm funny. He goes, oh, you mean poor black people? Like, what are you talking?
Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying.
Man.
I'm like real black people.
Yeah.
Poor black people.
Like it's that kind of like judgment that you're saying. It's like, oh, they're just. Poor.
Well, you know what? I didn't grow up with a lot of money. I grew up working class. Right. So a lot of these kids from the Midwest, they don't even have jobs. Their parents are paying their rent.
Oh, of course.
They're fucking spoiled fucking faggots.
I agree with that completely.
Faggotitos.
I agree as a transplant from the Midwest, but yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's what I was saying about earlier. It's like, and that's the thing. It's like only those people are able to afford to move to New York. Like I had to like get a job and come out here and sell all my stuff. I didn't just like I didn't have anyone supporting me, but like, not most
And you know the funniest thing? These kids, you know what they have done indirectly? They've displaced minorities from their home by moving into these neighborhoods.
Exactly.
yes.
I mean, that's the old joke that's going on. Like, we've all said that, but that's just the truth. Is that these hipster kids, they're moving into these neighborhoods and they're just kicking out these.
I would
families.
say that. I would tell them that more, but it would just feed their white guilt. Because then it would just be like,
When I did Dan Wick's show at the platform, I was nervous because it was Bushwick, and I didn't think I was going to do well. It turns out I did really well because he invited his friends from Long Island, and I think I got 2 applause breaks.
Yeah.
I should have taped it.
I love that. That's a great show.
Brendan Sager told me to tape it, and if I ever get booked on the show again, I'll tape it. But I go, wow, I'm surprised that this is a good show, because usually, outside of this building, it's all faggots. so they start laughing, and I said, and don't take that the wrong way. When I say faggot, I mean white people who think they're heroes, and they got a fucking applause break.
Yeah.
My friend, we did a show out here. It's in a Puerto Rican neighborhood, and inside we do a show at an Irish bar, and inside the bar it says there's a banner that says "Speak English or Get Out." That's what it says, right? My friend Antonio Gerardo goes up. He goes, "Yeah, I wish you put the banner in front of the fucking bar so the whole neighborhood could fucking leave." Funniest fucking.
It's so funny. When I did the comedy competition at the Stress Factory, there was one table of just Italians. It was Greg and Rob, Antonio and his girlfriend, a couple. I don't know who else was there. It was like about the whole table was Italians for sat down. And because they were right in the front, I just felt like I was fucking murdering because they were laughing, they were eating up everything.
You weren't. No, you weren't.
And to the side of them was these 2 girls who were fucking so bitter. Brian Kim went up and he was like, "Oh yeah." Right. Then he looked at another group and went, "Oh yeah." And then he looked at the girls and went, "Oh no."
Shout out to Brian Kim. That gets hilarious as hell.
I swear to God, Brian Kim went up at this show and
didn't do a joke.
He squinted and the place went nuts.
Killed.
But this is the thing. Me, I had the run-in, not a run-in, but I didn't mention his name. I went on Facebook and I said, I had the best set, and another comic beat me, and I had the best set of the night, I thought. And he went on and he was like, "Well, you're just bitter because your girlfriend left you. Like, you got really fucking personal with me." And this is the truth. I had a really good set, and he told a story without laughter for about 3 minutes. And I was shocked, but I wasn't shocked because he hangs out there.
Right.
But he said he won fair and square.
What happened was Frank went out and he killed, and there was one table full of
the whole
girls.
club was cracking up.
Club was cracking
It was
up.
just that one. If those people were in the back, it wouldn't have mattered.
It wouldn't have mattered. Then when the next comic who went up told a story. Finally, at the 3, because they give you 3 minutes, he hits with a punchline, and the punchline landed. It did really well. Honestly, I said it that day. I thought, Frank, you should have won that one. But
it was the best 10 minutes.
Like 6 minutes. Those comedy competitions, they're so bad because they put comics. They put comics who aren't supposed to be going up against each other, who should be working together, and they put them against each other. So you're eating each other alive.
I wouldn't have been upset with Sam, but he kind of made it like he beat me fair and square, and that was not what happened.
You just name dropped the person you said you were going to name.
No, it's fine.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Sam
I just fucking shit on the whole industry. I'm not worried about a comic. I'm not worried about Sam.
Sam doesn't have a phone or anything like
You'll
that.
never do more for a comedy
Can
ever
I tell you
again.
something on a different note about Sam? I know him a long time, and he's a guy who has always been in my corner, and he said a lot of nice things, and he's been very complimentary of my comedy.
Yeah.
So it was unfortunate that happened because prior to that,
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, we were buddies prior. To
But like I said, I told you this. I mentioned your name to him 3 months ago, and he goes, "Oh, I love Frank Terranova." So he doesn't even remember.
Yeah, he's got a lot.
I'm giving you guys shit. I really don't care.
That's like Tim Warner. Tim Warner doesn't remember shit.
Tim's another good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I like him a lot.
Oh, I liked him.
Yeah.
Tim, when I first saw Frank, I thought that you were Tim.
A little similar.
No, it was out of the corner of my eye and stuff.
A lot of people think people go up to him and go, "You look like a younger Frank Terranova," and he's like, Why doesn't he look like an older Tim Warner?
He's an ass.
I think he actually looks like an older Frank Terranova.
He looks like a Simpsons character.
Tim, Frank, and Pedro Gonzalez should play brothers on a sitcom.
Yeah, me and Pedro look a lot alike.
Yeah.
Somebody went over to Pedro one night at the Grizzly Pit and said, "Where's your brother?" And he goes, "Who's my brother?" The guy with the Yankees jacket. I used to wear a Yankees jacket.
Yeah, well, Pedro Gonzalez, I saw him. I thought he was you. And I was like, this guy's fucking great. That's characters.
That's funny.
He's like nailing it. Yeah, I don't.
He has a one. He did a joke
about looking like you.
When he first started. He did this joke that made me laugh. He said, he goes, I was on a date with this girl and she was very tall, and she introduced me. She said, "This is my little boyfriend," and I was really upset because, she was chubby, and it's not like I said, "This is my fat friend." Please, no pictures. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, he can work. He works pretty edgy. He's
very economical with his words.
Right.
I always thought this. This is a complete non sequitur, but I always thought that you really looked like Andrew Cuomo.
Look like who?
Who talking about Byron or
Somehow I
or
caught
Frank?
that.
And then
Frank.
He didn't drink all these. Those are you.
No, those are mine.
Okay.
Andrew Cuomo.
Is the governor of New York?
No, he isn't.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, governor.
Andrew Cuomo?
Cuomo.
You think I look like him?
Somewhat.
I can play the mayor in a movie.
Pedro Gonzalez.
Maybe Tim Warner, but not. Tim Warner.
I was at the creek like a month ago. I was really drunk. I thought Andrew Cuomo was you. Or like vice versa.
Did you try to get his
You
autograph?
thought Andrew Cuomo was at the creek?
Yeah.
Yeah, he stopped in to do 2 minutes.
He was a
Get ready for the campaign trail.
yeah. He was a guest on Legion of Skanks. That's why he was there.
It's funny because his fucking nut fucking exploded, and Big J. Okerson was there. You gave the phone to Big J. Okerson. Why was he even there? See, that's what I mean about these comics. These younger, like these 30-year-old. They're so like nice guys. Like anyone else, if you would give me, I would have stepped over you.
I didn't know he was there. I did a drop-in set at the Creek. It was one of the few really packed shows at the Creek because they made an announcement.
Was it T.J. Miller?
Yeah, Rebecca made an announcement that T.J. Miller and Nick Vatterott were coming, so the place was filled. And I went just to see them.
Yeah.
And the host came up to me and goes, "Frank, they're running late. Can you do like 10 minutes?" So I went up there and do 10 minutes. And then I know it's near the 10-minute mark because I know I don't have that many jokes. And I see him going like this. So I'm like, I had to keep going. And all of a sudden I see Vatterott's bald head come in. And he's really cool, man. He was in the back laughing.
Nice,
and I closed and I had a fucking great set. And then Vatterott, he was just like, he's very physical. He wasn't really telling jokes, but he was just walking back and forth and fucking around. And then T.J. Miller gets up and goes, "Anybody have trouble celebrating the 4th of July? I'm so depressed about Trump being president." I said, "This guy's a fucking moron." And then it turns out he's shoving Coke bottles up girls' asses. So what a it's always the guys who shove Coke bottles up girls' asses.
Yeah. Or like that the experiment guy that was like
Mofathlobab.
Yeah. Who I got into a couple Facebook beefs with him because like he's one of those guys, and this pisses me off particularly because he's an Arab dude and like I'm a Middle Eastern dude, but like he's one of those guys like I speak on behalf of the Middle Eastern Muslim. Right. It's like, no, you don't, dickhead. There's people that don't, just because we don't all think just like you. You don't represent us.
You know, he rubbed people the wrong way, and
mostly females.
And there was a guy there who's not really a good comic, or he's just one of these guys who tries to be offensive and he's not talented.
Who is this?
Louis B.
Of course.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And he
listens to the show, but
he banned him.
Yeah.
And then Louis B. Phoned in a bomb scare or something.
No, that's not true at all. The guy that phoned in the bomb scare was the host of Pod Awful.
Oh, it wasn't
podcast. It wasn't Louis. Louis went on that guy's show, and then that guy announced that he had called in the bomb scare.
That's the guy who shut down the entire.
I like Louis B. personally as a comic. We started around the same time, so we used to go to Alligator Lounge, and he would do offensive stuff.
Before it sucked.
Well, it sucked.
It's fine.
It's always been a bad room for comedy.
Yeah, it's a fine. I don't care. Louis a good guy. Just as a comic, he just would go out of his way to.
You know, like Elsa Waite. Do you know who that is?
I know Elsa.
She banned. You know what? She went on Facebook one night and she said, "If you like Trump, you're about to be banned." And I went on Trump's page and I saw that I liked it, but it was way before he was running for president.
Right.
And she deleted me. And we used to be friends.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a shame. I used to like her.
But she's like an activist comic in a sense.
But she's nice.
And there's so many of those activist comedians anyway. Louis on the right side, where I think like he's on the activist right.
He supports Trump.
The right wing side.
Right wing side. Not the right side. I mean, whatever.
I'm not on either side.
I'm not on either side.
Yeah.
Like I think it's just, it has no place in comedy, to be honest. But like that's his end game. So like because if he came out to like Staten Island, like if you gave him rope, he'll be yelling, screaming about like fucking and these fucking trannies, like and they it should be out of comedy. Sorry. Jesus, could you hold that in?
Get on the mic. Explain that.
Why don't you hold it in?
You're holding a vomit.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, then Pepper you want.
Doesn't even smell.
Not into the mic though.
Thank you.
Do you really? But Mateo, people
Poor Byron said, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Byron has to use that mic. I got people that use those mics. Okay.
Oh, that makes it so much better.
Thank you.
Yeah, zombies fucking wet rig. Where was I?
You were talking about
I was heckled by a burp. Yeah, no, Louis a nice guy, and yeah, he was one of the guys that he was banned from that experimental comedy gallery. Yeah. And
you know something, I didn't get banned, but I had a fight with my ex outside. It wasn't even a fight. I tried to talk to her, and then she started crying, and then her friend started screaming. And I was very soft-spoken that night. So it's interesting that everybody said I was screaming.
Yeah.
But he was like, he told Brendan Sager, when Terranova gets here, point him out to me. Like, why would he think I'm coming back?
Yeah.
I didn't even want to go there in the first place.
It was literally like yeah, that's you fucking. At least you cover your mouth.
All right, just talk.
Yeah. It was just awful. Like the whole venue was terrible. You couldn't do things. You just couldn't do anything.
You know where the first place I saw you guys? Halyards. Remember
Halyards, yeah.
Niles Turner.
Niles Turner's mic. Yeah.
That was a good mic.
Yeah,
great.
They still
have
have the mic there. It's one of the best mics around.
Yeah?
Like you could. I love those. Like the Park Slope group there. They weaseled out anyone who was like PC and everything like that. Now they have like I don't know if you know Kyle Turner.
Yeah, he's the host, right?
He's the host there. Dario Joseph, all those guys.
Nate Clark.
Yeah. They're like no bullshit. Like if you were to do something offensive and if it wasn't funny, they'll let you know like it just wasn't funny. Not that it was offensive.
That mic's off limits because that's one of the few my ex does.
Oh, she does that one?
I think so.
Yeah.
You've done that?
I've done it a few times. I did it last month.
What day is that, Mike?
It's like Friday, right?
The one on Fridays is very good. It's 7 o'clock.
I'm really trying to just not go where she goes.
Yeah.
She doesn't really come out much, but she goes there.
It's Wednesdays at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I do the Creek. I do the Creek on Wednesday because Igor hosts.
You should really do the Monday Grams. I like that one.
Monday the Gram at 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Who's the host?
David
Eisenberg?
Yeah.
All right.
I never did that.
They get a good crowd?
About 30 people per mic.
Oh, wow.
5 minutes, too.
Igor Martinez hosts a mic at the Creek now?
Yeah.
He's made it. I love Igor.
Me too.
For my birthday, he got me the soundtrack to Saturday Night Fever.
Did he?
Your birthday mic was so much fun when we did it.
That was good.
It was, Byron hosting.
That was probably my favorite night hosting at the Creek.
That was so much fun.
I'm not just saying this because it was my birthday, but there was such a good vibe in the room.
There was a great.
It was great.
My friend Joseph McManus, new comic. He went up like 6th. You put him up 6th somehow. Like he sneaked in, and he did okay. And he was just like, "Wow, this is like a."
It was a very show feel.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Everybody stayed in the room.
Yeah, like you know what it is about Creek. It's like when you're in the when Frank's in the room, during your mic, during Courtney and
Courtney's
Claire mic, Suzanne's mic. There's such a good energy in the room, and then when you do certain mics there, the guy, they go up and it feels so going through the motions, and everyone's just here, and you see the faces, you know who's in the audience.
Daniel J. Parafan.
Him. Once you see Daniel's face, and he's just on his phone.
He's like the Mike Grim Reaper.
He really is.
Like when he shows up to a mic,
It's over.
He's
He's a mush.
I was doing some mics out like the last couple of years that like none of the scene was there. No one's in the scene. It's just me and Rob and a few other guys. And then all of a sudden, I once I see Paraffin, I know fucking here comes Matty Smith. Here comes fucking Jay Welsh.
John Honnessy Field.
Yeah, everyone's just coming. Dan Wicks. They're all just coming in, and that's it.
I'm in the last group.
I'm in the last fucking group,
and that's my last mic.
And that is it. And then, and yeah, like I said, like, and they suck everything out. They suck the funny. They're just sitting there. They don't want to hear your fucking bullshit until they get on stage. Nothing against any of those people. They're funny.
I think out of everybody there, Dan Wicks is the only one who laughs.
Wicks is
and he has a good laugh.
Paraffin. Paraffin's just a guy. He's just
this is Paraffin. This is my impression of Paraffin when he likes a joke.
Yeah. That's
back to his phone.
There's another Mike you missed. Collins on Tuesdays is fucking amazing. Actually.
What, Mike?
Garbo, yeah.
At 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
But the Creek 11 o'clock on Tuesdays has always been good. That's like the thing that was always.
Thursday
I don't do
It was
Thursday night.
It used to be 11. It used to be
Patrick Hasty's mic.
Was that when Nick used to host it?
Huh? No, Patrick Hasty used to host a Thursday night at 11
it's
o'clock.
Christina Galston, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she handed over. She moved to Ava City.
Where'd she move to?
Christina got a contract deal for like TV in California. Yeah.
And who hosts the Thursday now?
Allison.
Which Allison?
One who's on Showman.
Clemp? Oh, God.
She hosted Thursday, 6 o'clock?
Thursday,
11.
you know what's a good mic? Thursday, QED 10:30.
Yeah.
I never did QED.
It's really good.
Yeah, I never did it once.
Thursday, 10:30 QED.
I'll do.
Like Thursdays is good.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of Jersey stuff, and that's Tuesday's Comedy Cove would be perfect for you. Like you go
Comedy Cove?
That's a good mic.
Conrad Roth does it. Like
they banned him.
They
didn't ban him. They
didn't pay him. I brought it up to the owner too.
No, the owner was just whatever. He didn't.
The owner. I did a show. I did a Sunday. I was supposed to do a show with Mike Bichetti, and he was like supposed to be the headliner.
He messages me a lot.
Bichetti does really?
He goes, "The Twins recommended you." They think
all
you're
the
great.
time.
He's like, "I hear you're a great guy."
Does he really message you? Yeah, Mike's great.
Mike's a good dude. He's a good guy.
And but I did a show where no one showed up at all. Like no one. And the owner came by, and the same weekend that Conrad Roth didn't get paid.
Thank you.
So the owner comes by and he's like, "Yeah, like for the bigger acts, we're gonna put more fucking chairs in the room." He's like a real goomba, the guy. He's like, "We'll put more fucking chairs." And I was like, "Yeah, my friend just did your room 2 nights ago." And he's like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "Conrad Roth." And he's like, "Good guy." And as he's walking away, I go, "Yeah, I heard you didn't fucking pay him." I heard you stiffed him. Yeah, something. What happened with that?
If that was me and he tried not to pay me, I would have threatened him. I've been like, "Listen, you're going to pay me. I'm going to come back with some people."
Exactly. Yeah. Because he's
I'm
stiff.
not getting stiff.
Oh, but he got stiff because the owner felt he was too mean to the audience.
So what? You got to pay
That's why.
people.
Oh, of course. I agree 100%.
Oh, that's the worst fear. I haven't had that happen.
No, Conrad told me he got paid.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he didn't get paid.
I haven't been stiffed yet. It hasn't happened, and I'm waiting for the day when it.
I'll just break the windows with a fucking cinder block.
Frank, question: If you do that hypothetically, would you be wearing or would not be wearing a ski mask?
No. Why? So nobody sees me?
Exactly.
I'll make sure they don't see me. I don't need a ski mask. It would be more ridiculous to have a ski mask. They'd be like, "Who's this fucking guy with a ski mask?
Who's this comedian?
Who's the guy with a ski mask and a cinder block?" The only reason I bring up cinder block is because that's what I usually throw.
Normally, we were all black trench coat.
One time I had a fight in Brooklyn with a buddy. We were going to get drugs in East New York, and we were fighting over who's going to bang this girl. And he left me there and drove away. Yeah. So I took cab back to my neighbor, went to his house, took a cinder block, threw it through his living room window. His parents were having dinner in the kitchen at the time. It went into the window, and it went through the floor into the basement.
Wow.
And he didn't even, and he knew I did it, and he never said anything to me.
We should hit his room.
Yeah. That's what he gets for taking the girl away and leaving me.
What drugs were you trying to pick up?
Huh?
What kind of drugs were you trying to buy?
Angel dust.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, goes with the story.
What's your take? This is interesting because this was a big story. That Brendan Sagalow, right, with Amy Schumer.
Oh yeah. I heard about that.
Like, what would be your take? Like, if she would have
she
do
was
that?
being not nice.
Yeah, I mean,
There's no other way to look at it. And I heard that she said to the manager, "Can I go on?" And he was like, "Well, this kitty's headlining. Why don't you wait?"
It's his big
And she
shot.
said, "I'm fucking Amy Schumer."
yeah. Ugh.
And then she told him to change the name of he called the podcast something about Schumer.
He named an episode. Yeah.
She said change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's kind of a dirtbag. Just well, first of all, she is a woman, so I just want to establish that. But no, in all seriousness, like it's not. I mean, grant it's one of those things where if you don't know someone, you really don't know them. So I try not to judge. But it's like you never hear anything positive about Amy. Really, I don't.
When we first started, 2015, you'll be in the backyard at Creek. Mm-hmm. Nobody would say a bad word about her. Everybody was trying to get that writing job on the show.
That? Yeah, we were starting
such blowjobs.
No one would ever bash her.
Yeah. But to be fair, any comic who makes it to the rock star level, which she has, other comics are fucking bitter about it and they talk shit about them. Kevin Hart, Kevin Hart performed 2 years ago at the Patrice O'Neill benefit, and none of the comics clapped when he went. I'm talking about seller comics. Yeah. Like Voss and all them.
He started there.
They didn't clap when he went up.
Is there a reason why?
They're jealous.
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely.
Dane Cook took a lot of shit. Dice took a lot of shit. Eddie Murphy took a lot of shit. Anybody who makes it to rock this, I look up to the rock star comics.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I find Amy funny, and I don't find Kevin Hart funny at all, but I respect what he accomplished.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When I became a comic, and I could probably still my two idols are Eddie Murphy and Dice, and that's where and Richard Pryor. That's what I see comedy. When I see a guy who's just like a journeyman, I'm like, wow, his career was fucked up.
Yeah. In a sense.
And a lot of comics don't feel that. A lot of comics feel like, I would love to be where Big J is.
Right. There is.
I mean, it's
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I agree with you got to respect those rock star comments. But yeah.
The thing about Big J is that he goes for the rock star comic while he's just a club comedian.
But
so
rock stars aren't overweight and they don't sit down.
Yeah, exactly. They look.
You can't be a rock star and be a bloated guy and sit down.
He looks
He sits
like
down
that.
at the start of the special.
Yeah.
You guys,
but he always. That's
you
how
see
he
this,
does his act, though.
You see Jimmy Ong in the front row.
Jimmy Ong's in the front, and that Comedy Central special. When
Jimmy Hahn,
Jimmy Ong's in the front row, and
he does Eastville.
Yeah.
Okay.
But my God, when that opening of Big J opens his special on Comedy Central, he comes out. He goes through the back and he's giving pounds to Louis J. Gomez, Mike Fanoia,
Kurt Metzger.
And everyone, he's giving them pounds, it's as if it's Eddie Murphy walking out and giving pounds to Richard Pryor, fucking Nick Nolte. He's giving them, he's giving the pounds to these guys. The audience is watching this. They don't know the fuck any of these people. Why is he giving these random crew members pounds? So he's walking out,
saying hello to these guys.
He's saying hello to these people. And then he comes out. He sits on the stool for an hour, and he tells these,
he did a clubby set in a big place
in a Webster's Hall, which is, and even the Webster's Hall is not even,
It were. I mean, I was at one of the tapings.
You were at the. Oh,
yeah, I was at the second one, I think.
I love Sarah Silverman. She's one of my idols.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't take the mic out of the stand is because of her.
Oh, really?
Farrah Brooke and I went to see Sarah at Littlefield in Brooklyn because she told me I ran into Farrah. This is when we first met, and she goes, "I heard you like Sarah Silverman." I'm like, she's like, "Well, she's doing a drop-in. There's a rumor, and it's only $5." So I didn't want to go, and then she kept nagging me, and I'm like, "All right, let's go." So we go, and sure enough, she does a drop-in, and I watched her, and I was entranced.
Yeah.
And I was like, and after that, I stopped taking the mic out of the stand.
And just left it in. Yeah, she does that. Yeah. Oh, you were saying something big. Were you at the taping?
Yeah, I was at the taping of the Big J special, and it was pretty good. I mean, we didn't see any of that stuff though, because we're
you're
an audience member.
Yeah.
But like I get what you're saying. It's like I think it's
He does a lot of crowd work too.
yeah. It does.
Which you have to do at clubs. You need to do crowd work.
Well, Dice does theaters and he does bits, but he does them through the crowd. He has a way of
There's a
talking
way
to
of doing
somebody
it,
and making it a joke that he's done before. And Patrice
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 did
did
too,
that.
yeah.
There's a way of doing crowd work. Like everyone thinks crowd work is like this hacky sort of, hey, where you from? There is a way of doing crowd work where you work it into a bit, and that's the only
You create a little character. That's what you do.
I feel like a lot of people get their shot and they blow it. I feel like if you have a shot like that, you got to fucking like Dice told Chris Rock before he did Bring the Pain. He said, "Listen," he goes, "You're going to do HBO." He goes, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
He goes, "You should be fucking." He goes, "You know what you need to do? You need to watch Rocky." He goes, "You see these fucking comedians? They want you to fail." He goes, "Do you realize what a fucking chance this is?" And sure enough, he goes out and he fucking has arguably one.
That's one of the best. Specials.
That's probably the.
I'm not even a big fan of that special. That's probably the best special of all time.
It's the best special of all time. And Bigger and Blacker is pretty close.
Yeah.
But at the end of the special, he said, "Special thanks, Andrew Dice Clay."
Real, yeah.
They went to the same high school. They're different ages.
Well, different ages, of course. Yeah.
Sheepshead Bay High School.
Yeah.
Dice was a bully in that school, and Chris Rock got beat up by the white kids. Chris Rock I bet he would hate me because he got beat up every day by Italian American kids from Brooklyn for being black.
Were you one of them? Possibly.
No, I'm not.
That would be great.
We're like the same age, right? He's a different comic now.
He's very different.
Did you see Tambourine?
I watched a little bit of it. And,
I was surprised at how low his energy was.
That's what
He's
everyone,
aging. What do you expect?
Well, that's what everyone says
I'm
about
100
him.
years old. I'm going 90 miles an hour.
He's not.
Well, the thing is, when he was working out material, he would have that subdued sort of
Yeah.
like I'm working out shit. And then when he would do the special, that you would see the Chris Rock
He wasn't
energy.
walking back and forth.
Because that asshole is
He's
Ethan
walking-
Sari sucked it all out
Well,
of him.
yeah.
I don't like cordless microphones.
Right.
I like the cord.
Yeah.
What's up?
No, I was gonna say like about the Tambourine special. I think a lot of it was because Bo Burnham directed it, and I feel it was just kind of filmed weird, like these weird like top up angles and stuff.
I didn't
Like, it
even
wasn't-
know that.
I didn't know he
Yeah.
directed that.
He was. I feel like
He
the way
directed.
it was
He
shot-
directed Gerard Carmichael's special too.
Oh, okay, whatever.
That's awful.
Directed two in a row.
You know, Thoughts and Prayers, I think, is in recent years is the best special.
As Anna Jeselnik.
Jeselnik.
Frank, go back. I want to talk about. I want to hear why you didn't take the microphone out. I know because you said influenced by Sarah Silverman. I saw the photo you posted.
With the
on Instagram.
cord.
Also, my joke structure is a lot like hers.
Yeah, obviously. I'm saying like, the reason I didn't take the microphone out of the same is I don't know what the fuck to do with my body on stage.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I just think it's silly. I think. Listen, if I get the opportunity to get to the next level and grow. I'll start taking it out of the stand. But I think for a fucking open mic for 3 minutes, what's the?
But you're when you stand upright and that hand motion, it just adds to the funny.
Yeah.
It just adds to
I want people to focus on what I'm saying.
Yeah. But it just adds to it.
He's like a magician.
Oh yeah.
See, like with Chris Rock though, with the cord, when he would just pace on stage and you see that cord kind of follow him like it was like his like sidekick, it would be so like
It's
just
old
weird.
school. It's like
Everybody's doing the holding the microphone. I hate that. Like a snow cone.
who started?
Sal Colomano does that.
Lou-
He
Lou-
does that.
Sal does
Sal
that.
does that like this. Like,
Louis
fucking-
C.K.
He started it.
How about this one?
Well, Rob, remember my joke that your mic or bar shot? I can't remember which one it is.
Comic
that
Jones? Was it Comic Jones?
No, the one of the pepper something.
Pepper Jacks.
You know, joking with the whip, like when I use the microphone as a whip.
Yeah, I barely. I don't
I was like, the
sorry.
joke is, I'm so bad. My confidence is so bad around women. If she's in the BDSM, in the BDSM, I whip the cord. It's like, oh, it feels so good. Make me 12 years a slave.
You know,
That was
Mateo,
fire.
I feel like we're becoming friends, and I hope that the next time you go to dinner with one of these whores, and they say Frank Terranova is a bad guy, that you go, you know what, he isn't. And you
Yeah. I agree with that one.
Who'd you go to dinner with now? You went to dinner with
Claire Parker.
probably followed her in the
who picked
diner.
up the check?
I paid for my own shit. Sally Ann did also a few other.
Sally Ann Hall?
Yeah, once.
Wait, you're dating female comics?
No.
He's not dating them, but technically he is.
You're going on dates.
No, we're not.
They're nice to him.
To me, that you're going on dates. If it's just you and them.
No, well, technically.
I feel like
Was there petting?
I know what that is.
Okay.
He's being sincere.
I really don't know what that means.
It's second base.
No.
Okay.
I mean, if it's just you, and that's how sad some of these female comics are.
What was the conversation about besides the fact that I'm a horrible person?
I don't know. I was just talking about they're just like fucking talking, like fucking spilling their guts out of life and shit. I'm just like, do you want to watch some YouTube videos on mental and political theory? And you're like, sure.
The one you get to their petting.
So I'm showing them. Most of the times it's me showing them like
they did 30 minutes on Frank. They did 30 minutes on Conrad Ross.
No. I'm showing them videos in anarchist or socialist theory, but not like mainstream, like more obscure shit.
One time I was on a dating site and there was a bot fucking with me, and I just started fucking with her or whoever it was, and she was like, "I want you to beat me." And I was like, I'd be glad to. She's like, all right, can I see you for a spanking later? I said, yeah, get over here. I'll beat that ass. so I screenshot it and I put it on Instagram, and Claire Parker was fucking outraged. I do like a little spanking in the sack. You know,
Wait, do you want me to spank or do the spanking?
No, I give the spanking. Nobody raises a hand to me.
I want to be spanked.
Well, you got your problems.
I have a large posterior. On occasion, I enjoy it. You know?
Yeah.
You're a sub?
What?
You're a sub?
Technically.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's good. It's good to know your role. No, some girls there's a lot of domineering women in this society. You know, I can't even watch TV shows if the girl is kind of like the atypical type A and the man is the B. I was trying to watch that show, Love. I was having convulsions. All my beta male friends love that show, and they're like, Frank, why don't you like it? I said, because I would never put up with that girl. I would kick her in her ass and say, get the fuck out of here. And I can't watch Everybody Loves Raymond for the same reason.
Exactly. That's why I hated Everybody Loves Raymond.
I like All in the Family. He comes home. She's like, hi, Archie. He's like, get my beer, you idiot.
Yeah.
But also, like, Edith was like a 2. Like, you know, like Patricia Heaton.
So was Archie.
Well, yeah. It's a good point. Yeah. Well, Ray Romano's not an attractive guy.
I date attractive subs.
I mean, it's weird because like every generation gets good looking. I feel like every fucking generation just gets better looking.
I disagree.
I don't agree with that at all.
I don't agree with that. I think in the Natalie. Have you ever seen Natalie Wood?
Yeah, of course.
She's hotter than anybody.
But she was an exception, though.
I like a woman with fucking a meaty fucking body. Back in the day, they had the meaty body. They don't have them anymore. These girls are fucking starving.
That's true.
Janet, like I was watching Psycho the other day, and Janet Leigh has a really good-looking face, but the hair is fucking ridiculous. You know, it's just dumb hair. You know.
What about Ava Gardner?
She's a hot chick.
All right.
It's 1960s here. What do you want?
How about you ever watch Gilligan's Island?
Yeah.
I'd fuck every woman on that show, including Mrs. Howe. What, are you kidding me? Take her back to my hut.
Byron, your thoughts?
I was gonna say this is too late, but I was gonna say I agree. I don't like Everybody Loves Raymond because Raymond's Italian, and I just want. I agree. Like it's nowadays, it's like the show's like Love, and this little prissy little I'm a nerdy guy.
But the girl is so mean to him.
Yeah,
she's a bad person. She's a druggie. She's a cunt.
Yeah,
there's nothing about her that's fucking redeeming.
But that's like any modern TV show now is where they have these like sort of progressive. Like it's like I was watching The Deuce, and there's James Franco is playing a dude from Brooklyn in the 70s, and he's working in a gay bar, right? Yeah. For some reason, though, like he is like all about like dealing with gay dudes, and I'm like, I don't know. Like my dad grew up in the 70s, he wouldn't be 100% on board with that guy's lifestyle.
Well, maybe in Manhattan, in the scene, it would be more open.
Now there's 2 of them though, because he has a twin brother.
When he moved to New York as a young man, got a job as a bouncer in a tranny bar. So he's always been very open-minded with gay people.
But he's adapted to it, though.
Yeah, but there's that like weird sort of like there's a message behind this. It's like it's fine. Like I don't need to hear the message. If he's genuinely if the character's genuinely into like work, like if he's like adapting to it, I don't need to be told why he's adapting to it. Just let him adapt.
Yeah,
you know, like and just
they
deal with
spoon-fed it. You're saying I didn't watch it?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So basically, it's like, do you feel like it's sort of like a revisionist history of like what New York people were like back then?
Yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
tell you, that pisses me off.
I come from like a a closed-minded area. I come from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
There was a time when I was racist and homophobic and all that, and before I went to school and stuff.
Right.
But I was also in the disco scene. And I was a DJ, and I bought records from gay people, and I hung out at discos with gay people. So I really got you just get used to it.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, Frank, I have a question. When you were DJ, would you how would you spin the records? Like, these are different techniques.
I used to blend the songs. I wasn't a hip hop DJ. I was a disco DJ.
Okay.
He's talking about homophobia. Give him a second.
Okay, sorry.
We'll get to that. His technique of DJing. He's not a DJ anymore. He's a comedian. I'm not interviewing Terranova, the DJ.
I recently got back into DJing, but that's another story.
Okay.
I actually saw the photos on Instagram.
Thank you.
When you were coming up, did you hang out at Studio 54? You're around
I've been there. Yeah,
you've been there.
It wasn't my favorite.
Now,
I didn't like it that much.
What was the because I watched the fucking movie recently.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. 54?
You like that movie?
yeah.
Really?
I like it. 54?
I mean,
Was it authentic?
No,
that's what I'm saying.
It looked very empty.
It's entertaining.
It
though.
didn't look crowded. But what movie I like better than 54? The Last Days of Disco with Chloe Sevigny. I love Chloe Sevigny.
I've never seen that.
I love Chloe Sevigny.
Kate Beckinsale's in that too, right?
Who?
Kate Beckinsale's in that.
Chloe Sevigny to me is so fucking beautiful. I love her.
She was.
And
She's the one who blew.
She's aged very well.
Full circle. She was one who blew Vince Gallo and Brown Bunny.
The blue. No, it was the brown one.
Yeah.
But so we would go to Studio 54 and like we'd just be wearing sweatpants and like a wife beater.
Yeah.
And people were waiting in line in furs and shit. And people were like famous actors were online and they would let us in first.
Really?
Because it would just be a quota. Be like, all right, get a couple of working class kids in. Get some Italians from Brooklyn in.
Yeah.
And we would just go in. And I would be like snorting coke like right near like Sylvester Stallone. Like Sylvester Stallone would be right there. And I didn't even care because I was just like doing coke with some girl and trying to have sex with her. But I never had sex with anybody. But I was a virgin until I was 21.
Really? Oh,
and I started going to Studio 54 when I was 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you were like literally next to like Stallone and all that.
Yeah, I saw Stallone, Halston, Cher, Madonna. Like everybody was there.
Yeah, it's a big.
Tiny Tim. Do you remember Tiny Tim?
Tiny Tim was.
He
the
sang
guy.
Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
That was the guy from Stern, Tiny Tim. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was there.
He was there.
He had 2 bounces. He had more bounces than Stallone.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Stallone was the one I was like, ooh, that's Stallone.
Yeah, you got.
He was very
He's
short,
small,
but he's fucking jacked.
He's little.
Oh my god, this is like the early '80s. So he was fucking jacked.
Well, that's when he's fucking.
Yeah.
That's when he's Rocky.
Yeah.
And Rambo. He's the fucking.
Yeah. He's probably the biggest actor on the planet.
The reason stars used to go there is because nobody would bother them.
There.
Everybody was there to hit a DJ.
Well, because it was such an impactful place where being there is you're in the moment.
But you want to know something? We used to shit on Studio 54. Like, and the real deal is that their DJ wasn't that good, and that's where they played like corny music, like I Wonder Why He's the Greatest Dancer, and like commercial.
Oh yeah, that
they played like
commercial disco.
Yeah. But we used to go to this other club called the Funhouse, and that was like underground, and they had a DJ called Jellybean Benitez, and that's where they played like fucking Jam On It and fucking Planet Rock and all that fucking shit.
All that
was
stuff.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah. What's up? Why are you?
No, I'm still looking at the time.
Oh, we're almost
finishing up. I mean, unless you want to do another half hour after this.
No.
All right.
Mateo like peeked in like a psychopath.
he peeked in like he's a zombie.
Here's Johnny.
Bayer, you grew up in Detroit. Was it anything like?
That's where techno comes from.
Well, because I grew up like North Detroit, so technically it's the suburbs. I know I'm a fucking sellout.
Did you ever go to a techno club?
No, I didn't. I had a lot of friends that were into like the rave scene was big at the time. Like when I was like in high school, it was like by then it was already like the DEMF was the Detroit Electronic Music Festival was already kind of like becoming mainstream, and like I never really went to I was never really part of like techno and the ecstasy thing. I had a lot of friends that were. But I did go to like some of the clubs. My cousin used to own and DJ at this club, so like me and our cousins, we used to go downtown. Like we would get in when we were like 18 and stuff. They didn't give a shit. But like it wasn't really like techno was the thing there. But like to be honest, like not really into techno that much. But
it's getting better. Like techno has come full circle, and it's actually melodic now. At first, it was just like boom, boom, boom.
That's like ghetto techno. But that's
now it's getting good. It's actually getting good. Yeah.
Yo, Byron, I know you're into metal and stuff, obviously, because I am too. Were you ever into the Warped Tour stuff?
No. Not really. I was never. I like a couple of Blink songs, but like that's not really metal. First of all, that's like all that pop punk. Like my musical taste.
You know this stuff?
I know Blink too. Yeah.
No, he wasn't. I don't
The Warped Tour.
Yeah, I went to Warped Tour like once, like decades ago.
Yeah, I mean, like I stopped
How old were you
listening to
alive?
anything after. Like I'm into basically like '90s heroin grunge and like some metal, and like I started listening to a couple of new things, but like my favorite band is Tool, so it's like that kind of gives you an idea.
Tool's
I'm one of
good.
those guys.
My favorite band is the.
Yeah, I'm saying, but I'm saying,
I'm a New Yorker.
side question. What do you, any of the bands that Taste of Chaos? Because it's more metal.
No.
Okay.
This is where we lose people.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Back to.
I think we're only looking at an hour in.
You know,
The end of the
Byron lost
episode.
his mic because of this music.
Yeah.
If he would have played some disco, he'd still be there.
I
He
still
played
have
disco during your birthday.
and I still have that playlist. I still have that playlist.
He all day he was asking me what songs. So he played disco. He played freestyle. He played Bobby Darin. It was like being at a wedding.
It was a good mix. It was a very spoiled Sweet 16.
Did you play Sinatra's My Way? Didn't you play that? You played for
You
Frank?
did first song.
It was really like Byron did like an opening monologue that was really. It seemed like he prepared.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. I wouldn't say touching, but
It was the closest thing to like.
He's like Frank keeps saying he looks good, and I'll admit you have a young body, but you got a head like a fucking alien.
I said, Frank, you're really sour tonight. Do the right thing. It's just, what was it? Do the right thing. Let blacks into your circle.
he landed the punchline twice.
My circle is filled with blacks.
It's a joke.
He said for 2 hours that he's friends with all black people.
I'm just recapping what I said that night.
Don't recap that.
it was
He's like,
Gosselin just did a roast set.
Yeah, it was great. He was
I like Connor. He's a good guy.
He said, Frank Terranova, or as he's more widely known, Don Corley Lonely.
Did Andrew, what's his name? Andrew something.
Andrew Manning.
Manning. He was brutal. It was hilarious.
He goes, Frank looks like a Slim Jim you could talk about genocide with. You know something? He's one of the best roasters at the
Yeah, he gets a lot.
He is
Yeah.
brutal. He had that one joke with Dan Wicks. He's like, "You're the only person that would roofie a juice box."
He's great. No,
Funny. And also he's got a lot better now. I think it's because the TRT he's on.
no, but he
What's TRT?
Testosterone replacement therapy.
he did the right thing by doing the stand because I don't really like roasting, but he did the right thing by doing it because if he gets attention and he gets an opportunity, he's a great stand-up comedian.
He's funny. Yeah,
He's a great writer.
He's new too, right? Is he new?
I met him 2 years
it's
ago.
3 years.
I met him 2 years ago. He was a baby. I go, how old are you? And he would get up and do like, edgy humor. He goes, what's that joke he has about Candyman? He goes, I heard that if you say the N-word 3 times into a mirror, Suge Knight appears. I never found out because I can't stop at 3. That is so fucking amazing. It's one of the best jokes I've ever heard, quite honestly.
He's a it's a funny guy.
He's like there's a couple of comics that, because I'm never in the room, but there's a couple of comics I'll go in the room for. Sally Smith Fitch, you guys, and Andrew Manning.
Yeah.
And Phil. Well,
And
Phil.
you've seen my set a few times.
Yeah, well, that's an accident.
That's when he forgot his wallet in the room and he has to go back.
Every
and get
time I'm about to leave, I'll just touch the door and I hear somebody go, "Oh, I'm walking Frank." I'm like, "Oh, Joe, I gotta stay."
that's a bad one. Yeah.
They don't want me to leave.
Yeah.
First of all, I can't see the back of the room. I don't know how people can see me leaving.
Oh, they sense it. They know.
See, like when I leave the room, I have to crouch and it doesn't work at all.
You know what it is? I'm a good laugher, and I also talk a lot during people's sets.
Yeah.
Like I ask them questions. So when I stop doing that, it's like, what happened?
I like when one night I was there, and Rufat's a funny
my God,
comic.
so
Yeah,
good.
I like him.
Very funny comic. But one night he went up, and this one I guess he was kind of new, and he goes up, and he did something where it's like, it's an 8 o'clock Creek mic, and he just did something that was so ridiculous. He started like breaking down. He had like a meltdown set, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm fucking like motherfuckers. I'm not used to this shit." And then there was someone laughing, and then Frank just turned around and goes, "This kid's not funny." It's like Rufat was very new. Yeah, and now he's got a lot better. That guy's hilarious.
Frank turned around and said, like, this guy's funny. He's acting like a black person. So
He wants the approval of the black community so bad.
He does. Yeah.
he's gotten better.
He's
though.
gotten a lot
very
better.
funny.
But he's actually.
I'm always teasing him. I call him Urban Cowboy.
Technically, he's Muslim.
He comes over to me. This is he's my friend. He comes over.
Yeah.
He goes, Frank, I want to put you on my show, but please don't kill the vibe. I said, do me a favor, don't book me. He goes, no, I'm telling you that I'm going to book you. I said, I'm telling you, I won't show up. He goes, why not? I said, I'm tired of doing free bar shows. He goes, I'll pay you $20. I said, that's not enough. He goes, how much do you want? I said, I don't want you to do your show. He goes, I'm going to email you. I said, I'm not going to respond. And fucking Conrad Roth was right there. He goes, I love that. Because nobody would do that. Nobody would turn down a paid spot. I just don't like the way he approached me. I'm going to book you, but please, don't kill the vibe. Go fuck yourself.
It's so funny that
I don't kill the vibe. I create it.
Number one, first off, I don't understand how you would kill a vibe on the show.
Yeah.
Like what?
By being funny. By being the only funny one. Who's he going to put me on the show with? All those fucking kids in Bushwick?
So some fucking asshole has to follow you.
There's only two funny people in Bushwick. Dan Licata and Nick Nanny.
Yeah.
That's it. I go to the fucking Pine Box. Dan Licata makes me laugh. Nick Nanny makes me laugh. After that, I want to commit suicide.
I second that motion.
Oh, yeah, because you're smart. Those guys are
But I love how Conrad really is the evil sheriff. He's like your partner.
It's weird because I never saw you and Conrad interact for a while. I was always wondering, like, what happens if they interact? Like, that would be really
two lost generals.
Yeah.
We're actually, people compare us. I guess because we're both outspoken and strong personalities, but we're very, very, very different people.
Yeah.
In every way.
Yeah.
He's a very conservative guy, and he's very old-fashioned.
Yeah.
The thing is with him, people mistake. Well, he's conservative in a way of being like he's private. He's very private,
and he's very respectful of women.
Yeah, he's not a dick.
Yeah.
Like people think he's just a complete asshole.
Well, you one time said on the gumbo, you turn around and go, the great thing about Conrad is he don't care about pussy.
No, does not.
Like, he doesn't care.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
There are girls that really like. There's this one girl, I don't know her name. You might know her. She's kind of like a tall, beefier girl, but very beautiful in the face and very smart and funny and everything.
Yeah.
And she loves Conrad.
Yeah.
And she's a feminist. And she gravitates towards him and she like wants to debate him on everything. And I go, Conrad, what are you doing? She's pretty. He goes, I know, but I don't need the aggravation.
He's right, though.
Right.
And there was this other female comic. I don't want to say her name because I don't want to implicate her in this.
Yeah.
But she had a crush on Conrad. And I told him about it. He goes, so what am I going to do with that, Frank? I'm like, she's a fucking 8. What are you doing?
Smart. Honestly, is better.
Because someone like that gets a hold of Conrad and he has to start fighting his urges and like he's to start changing his thinking.
He was in a relationship recently, and the girl said, at a certain point, I want you to get a regular job. And he goes, well, I'm not going to. She goes, well, then I can't stay with you. He goes, okay. Let's break up then.
Well, he tutors during the... He tutors, yeah.
He makes good
she
money.
wanted him to get like a job with benefits and
What
raise
the
a family.
fuck's he gonna? He's Conrad Roth.
He's I'm different than him. I'm kind of like fed up with comedy. I really hate it. He doesn't. He loves it.
Oh yeah. He's so fun.
He loves comedy.
He did our show a month back, and
he killed.
Well, our room was packed, and like he was like staring into space, like just crying.
He gets emotional.
Dude's
so deep.
Yeah.
Why was he crying?
Just like he was like, it's a Sunday night.
He's like, people are here. It's a Sunday.
He wasn't like literally crying.
Not literally crying. He was like flabbergasted.
Yeah,
He's good.
He I felt bad.
I usually see Conrad on the other side of it, where he does a show that's not produced well.
Yeah.
And you see him the next day, and that's all he could talk about. And he's just like, these motherfuckers, if they book me, I'm just going to tell them, you guys fucking suck. And I don't waste my fucking time with these fucking shows. And I'm tired of comics who talk about cancer.
See, that was a January show of 2016.
Oh, my God. I booked him on a bad show.
I booked him. I did a show that we produced in 2017. It was with...
I booked you. You were on it.
You were on it. Yeah.
I backed out and then he...
Yeah. No, Conrad Brandon
Sager
replaced you.
Sager
such a good call.
Oh, yeah. That was
so embarrassing.
I couldn't look fucking Brendan Sager in the
all
eye.
Sager talked about the next day was how attractive girls in Staten Island are.
So that's a good thing.
He loves bridge and tunnel slobs. He loves like
He's from Albany.
If a girl has a New York accent, his dick gets hard.
Really?
He loves that. He loves Long Island accents. He loves that shit. Jersey. He loves that shit.
He likes that.
Oh.
Yeah. He's from Albany, right?
Yeah.
So
He didn't grow up with it.
No,
I
not
hate
out
that.
there.
I hate that
it
accent.
too.
Yeah.
They all sound like they're just yelling at you.
I was telling Byron, I was like, I think I'm more attracted to black women than any other kind of women.
Black?
Oh, yeah.
Their asses are like
Black Hispanic women.
See, I like an accent on a black girl.
Yeah.
Like that's
Oh, yeah.
okay. Like a snotty black girl is kind of hot.
Yeah.
But a snotty Italian girl, ugh,
You know what I like about black girls? They try to pick me up.
Yeah.
I never had a white girl go, "You're cute."
No.
Black women are always telling me how attractive I am.
Yeah.
I never met a black girl who wasn't attracted to me. Well, I'm sure there's no, but I mean, most of them fucking think I'm fucking hot. So why wouldn't I like them?
Black Hispanic women and Irish women.
Those are the
Italian women. I just don't.
They want to be your mother.
They're very picky.
Nuts.
It's like,
I like the mother aspect.
I know you do.
Jesus, because you look like all the kid in the pornos.
You ever watch Taboo?
Yes.
The actual Taboo porn. The movie. Yeah.
With,
I've seen it.
I have a
with Kay
Parker, who I have an email relationship with. She's a spiritual healer now, and she's 70 and she's still pretty.
Yeah,
and I sent her a message. I said, "Dear Kay, my name is Frank Terranova. I'm a comedian in New York City, and I just want to let you know I watched your films when I was growing up, and I think you brought class to the genre, and you're in a class by yourself, and I think you're a beautiful lady. God bless you." And she wrote back, she goes, Frank, whenever I get an email like this, it just warms my heart. You're such a sweetheart. I said, "Did you ever come to New York?" She goes, "Sure." I said, "I'd love for you to come see me in a show." She goes, "Yeah, let me know." Can you imagine the porn star, the most famous porn star, comes to see me at a bar show?
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. I only did this once before. I contacted a French actress who doesn't work anymore from an Eric Romer film from 1968.
Yeah.
The only person who appreciates this is Jay Welch.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But she said, "Let me know when they're going to do another retrospect of Eric Romer's films in New York. I'll come and we'll get coffee." And I was like, "Oh my God, this lady's an icon to me. We're going to have coffee with an icon."
I don't know who the hell that is.
Her name is Patrice Roman.
I wouldn't know. So we lost Sadiq at Taboo.
Yeah, I don't know what Taboo was. I never heard.
You could write. Then I went to see this movie called Poison Ivy, which Drew Barrymore.
That's Drew Barrymore movie. Yeah, of course.
I went to see it with Alex Vlatov.
Vlahov, yeah.
We went to see it, and it was the second time I saw it. I saw it in 1992, and I saw it now, and I loved it. And I thought it was weird.
She was like 18 years old.
17.
Oh, okay.
It was really well directed,
Yeah.
and I said, I want to see what the director's doing. So I Google her. She's teaching acting in the San Fernando Valley, and sure enough, there's an email. So I go, "Dear Kat Shea Rubin, I just saw Poison Ivy again. Man, what a great movie! You should be. I hope you're going to make another film because you're too good not to." So she wrote back, "Hey Frank, I'm actually directing the next Nancy Drew."
What?
Yeah. What? And everybody I write to writes back.
Same here.
Yeah, well, you forced them to.
Not really. No,
You think it's a Make-A-Wish?
no. I used to have a podcast with 3,000 listeners.
Right, yeah, of course, yeah.
Well, the one we used to kind of like.
I know nothing about 3,000 listeners, by the way. So.
The one I used to get alt-right weirdos on.
Yeah, I used to do a YouTube video.
Did you have a Pantheon page?
Yeah, I did. I used to get. My fans used to give me more Bitcoin than they used to Patreon.
Oh, that's horrible.
Well, not really. I'm not like whatever. I don't care. Whatever.
Sarcastic.
How much money did you make a month?
I was at the time making $500 a month from just like interviewing alt-right figures.
Oh,
But you're not even like an alt-right guy.
No, I'll ask them weird questions and shit, and it'll make them confused.
Well,
and
you're
stuff.
like the open mic version of Joe Rogan.
Pretty much, yeah.
he's all right.
No.
But Joe Rogan,
He gets alt-right. He had Richard Spencer on a few weeks ago.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He gets a little nasty with people sometimes. I feel like he got nasty with David Miscavige's father. The guy, the guy who...
Ron Miscavige.
Ron
Yeah. How'd you feel you got nasty with him?
And he was like, are you just doing this because you're bitter and your son isn't talking to you? Like, he was...
Wow. Did you say that? That wasn't the part I listened
Sometimes
to,
he gets
maybe.
confrontational.
Rogan's podcast is boring.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It is,
fun.
except when he's interviewing like comics, even that is debatable, or
When
he's,
Joey's on.
or when he's interviewing MMA fighters, because like they usually knows what he's talking about, and they have like. If you,
When Diaz is on, it's classic.
Well, I really like Diaz.
Yeah,
You know,
Joey's great.
I've only People ask me if I know him all the time. People say my comedy is like his. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
You're not Greg the Greek.
But people compare. People are like, you know Joey Diaz? I go, I know who he is. Like, yeah, you remind me of him. I'm like, because some people just hear a New York accent.
It's the same. It's similar styles, but completely different.
Yeah. But I really enjoy him.
No.
Oh, okay.
Mostly me. That's all wrong. Well, actually, it's like half. I don't know.
Yeah, when Joe
I was sober for 3 days.
is on Joe Rogan, it's really good radio. But
Stories are great.
Yeah. The only thing with Diaz is how like true is his stories. That's not. He can go off.
I think he probably embellishes a little.
I'm
sure he does.
Yeah.
Plus, I feel like it's starting to get like, I don't know. Maybe I feel like it's getting old a bit. Like, I think he's funny. His stand up is funny. You should watch it. He's hilarious.
I saw him in that thing Ari Shaffir hosts.
Oh, this is not happening.
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta watch like one of his. He has like a set where he, I think it's like Gabriel Iglesias' like Spick Hour or something goofy like that. I don't remember. But like, no, he had a very funny set. His jokes are really good, but he has that kind of energy, and he keeps the mic in the stand like you do.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Does he really? He doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I guess he's still. What's up?
Should we end this at 6?
What's up?
We're hour 13. If you guys want to plug whatever you want to plug.
I heard that. What was I going to say about Joey Diaz? I forgot. I just brain farted.
Yeah, this is overtime.
Oh yeah, sure.
This is overtime. Bill Maher all of a sudden. We'll put this on HBO.
I heard that he murders like when he does a show live.
Diaz?
Yeah.
That's like 90% of any really funny comic. If you saw them live, I love when people go, I saw like Bill Burr sucks now, like he stinks. It's like if you saw him live at a club, you'd be fucking laughing your ass off.
No.
One of my favorite shows was Anthony Jeselnik. I saw him at Caroline's do Thoughts
He's
and Prayers,
so good.
working out Thoughts and Prayers. Oh man, and you know a lot of I hate when people comics are such assholes. A lot of people be like, I don't know if I could watch Anthony Jeselnik for an hour, and they say that about one-liner comics. Let me tell you something. I saw him do an hour and 10. I could have stayed there for another hour.
Yeah.
Well, Bill Burr was reviewed recently in Village Voice for bombing twice at the New York Comedy Club.
So what? That place sucks.
Yeah,
showed him at Mateo.
Yeah.
The New York Comedy Club is a bomb shelter.
Yeah. Who was in the audience? Jeffrey Gurian?
Who was there? The broad that books it who has no business booking.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of guys. Yeah, that is weird when people turn around and go, They say this a lot about open mic comics. I was talking to someone about Brian Kim, and they were like, I don't know if I can sit through Brian for 10 minutes. I was like, I remember I did a show with Brian. He did like 15 minutes. He was fine. He was good.
There's a few comics that I grind with that I'm a fan of that I would like to see do long sets. You know, I hope. I said that Joe Rumrow is a comic I really like. He's nothing like me.
Yeah,
but I really enjoy him, and I only see him for 3 minutes because I only see him at open mics.
Right.
And I told him one time, a long time ago, I said, I can't wait till you do a half hour.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was like overwhelmed by that. He was like, I don't know. I'm like, man, I can imagine. I would be dying the whole half hour.
Who's this?
Joe Rumrow. He's like an alt comic. I don't think you would.
No, I think it's someone.
I don't think you. I don't think you would think he's funny. Okay. But I really like it.
It doesn't even when you do that amount of time. Like I've been doing a lot of 20 minutes. Rob and I've been doing a lot of 20-minute sets, and like,
why don't you?
And no, whatever. That's nothing huge. Believe me, it's a bunch of hell shows. But like when you do that amount of time, it doesn't even phase you. It's just you just fucking do it, and it feels like 5 minutes. That's all. Yeah, it feels like. It doesn't take anything.
Okay, time for plugs.
Yeah.
You gonna be anywhere?
Believe me, my uncle's gonna come see you.
When is this? When is this gonna?
This one I think will air in the middle of the week. I think. Yeah, the first one will air tonight.
What date would we say exactly?
Wednesday.
So
you put me on the spot here, Mateo.
Mateo's the most busy comic in the show.
Yeah.
He is.
Let's just plug it at your Allison Klump show.
Comedy Fight Club, the 10th of June.
That's not a show.
No, we're not gonna. Yeah, Fight Club. First off, all the listeners of this show, they all do Fight Club, so they're gonna see you there anyway.
Okay, so Allison Klump's.
Who are you going up against?
Clem McGovern.
Oh, she's gonna kill. She's gonna destroy. Chloe's like top 3 roasters in the city.
I know.
She's gonna beat Eli. Maybe.
Why don't you go up against someone easy?
I don't think she's gonna beat Eli.
You lost to Duca, right? With that.
She did?
No,
I did, but that I don't want to get into that. But it won other ones. But I know Chloe, so the jokes are going to be inside.
Okay. What else? Where else?
I have.
Can we see?
Allison Clem's Frivia, the 8th of
Okay.
June.
I'm sure my aunt
At
will go see
Creek in the
it.
Cave at midnight.
Oh, that's okay. All right, that's
And I also have, let me see, I think there's one more on here. Look at my calendar.
Is it a good show?
I'm looking. Let me look at my calendar. It's a lot of stuff in July coming up.
This is compelling.
It's a two-parter episode, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Chances are, when this one airs...
No, everything else I have is in July, so forget it.
July.
Oh, okay, why don't you plug those? Because this one would air in...
Instagram or something. Byron, you have to go. Yeah.
Good.
Come on.
I don't have any shows to plug because I
That's
just
away
got
your
back.
mic coming.
Well, right. What's that?
That's away your mic.
Yeah, no, I've just started getting back into doing like mics and stuff. I took a break, and the thing I am doing right now is I am writing on Wattpad. It's a writing site because I do write like fiction and stuff.
Nice.
So
Oh.
He writes novels.
yeah,
Really?
Yes.
yeah.
He wrote a couple, right?
Yeah, none of them got published. Not published.
Oh.
Right now, I'm working on.
Yeah, just take away his mic.
Yeah, right when I'm trying to promote things, and
Poor
blow up,
guy
you
has like
freaking
an award in, and I'm asking him if he was he right, and you take away the mic, Mateo. Let this poor Arab get a fucking word in. Just give him a second. Jesus Christ. Tell us more, Stephen King. Go.
All right. Yes, I do write fiction. Like I've been trying to get published for a long time, and so like I'm going to start posting stuff on Wattpad. So I have a story that like I was gonna self-publish it anyway, but I'm like I'll
What's
just put it on Wattpad. It's basically a social media website for writers. It's very popular, and most of the people it's mostly like 14-year-old girls reading Justin Bieber and One Direction fan fiction.
Is it just for fiction?
No, I think there's nonfiction there as well. Yeah, but I just started.
No screenplays or plays?
No, it's like fiction, like prose. But I think you do poetry.
Do you write in the first person or third?
Always third person. I don't. I wrote like a short story in first person. I don't like it. I don't like doing first person. But I'm writing a fantasy. This fantasy novel I wrote. I'm putting it on Wattpad. I was actually working on the cover last night and stuff. And
And people see it and they follow you and they watch.
I haven't even posted it yet, so I don't even know if it's any
Is
good.
that
or
how
not.
it works though? You put it on there and then people.
Yeah, basically. I have a couple of novels like I'm trying to get published like through a publisher, but like now it's like I want to do something on my own to like sort of generate some heat and see and just.
Did
like,
you
network
major
people.
in English?
Nope, I dropped out of college 4 times.
Okay.
What school?
Well, there's Wayne State University, Lawrence Tech University, and a couple of community colleges.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You said you've been around the rounds. You know?
Yeah. I gave up at this. As soon as I paid off my student loans, I was like, screw it, I'm not going to go back to college.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's something you're plugging here.
Yeah, it's basically check me out Wattpad, Byron Sadiq, BYRON SADIK, and yeah, that's about it. I'll have some stuff coming up soon.
All right, Frank.
I think it's been well established. I have nothing. As Mateo can let you know, I'm hated by at least 3 female comics who aren't funny. No, one of them's funny. Who doesn't think hate me? If you're not good at comedy, I'm a good guy to pick on because I do really well and the comics love me and I get. If I bombed every night, I don't think anybody would talk about my comedy.
Sure.
Of course. Yeah. That's like Joe Handley. He's terrible, and he's like.
I want to make one thing clear. I want to make this definitive. I'm not trying to be offensive. Right. I'm just being myself.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm Italian from Brooklyn. That's who I am.
Yeah, and I've said this a bunch of times. But it's like, and I'll probably say it again because I think people didn't know, especially these white liberals from like the Midwest. I've never met a colored person or whatever, but it's like Frank, for where he comes from, like he's liberal compared to like the.
That's the strange thing, of course.
Completely true.
Relative to the Italians and stuff that he grew up with, that that whatever.
Take it easy, Byron. My cousins listen to the show.
Oh, the Guineas are the ones on the show. Sorry.
Steve Rubino told me he's my I love Steve. He's a good buddy of mine.
Shout out to Steve.
He told me that if I was around conservatives all the time, I'd act liberal.
Right, of course. Yeah, I mean that's how
because liberals are very unappealing.
But in a way, we go against the grain as natural comedians.
Would you say that you just like being oppositional?
It's
like a contrarian.
Yeah,
I think so.
There you go, like a contrarian. Yeah, exactly. You could catch plug your Instagram at least.
The real Frankie T.
Yeah, if you like a mirage of selfies,
selfies and records.
There's a great video of the record playing, and then you see the Virgin Mary statue. So good. It's such a great fucking shot.
I love the Blessed Blessed Mother.
Yeah, it's so good.
My three favorite women. My grandmother and the Blessed Mother.
Amen.
They're the only three that never let me down.
The best video.
The rest of them, I'm not dating Jewish women anymore.
Yeah, you are. You still have a thing for Sarah Silverman.
I don't have a thing for her. I respect her as an artist.
I feel like you're not giving up on Jew broads yet.
She will cut you.
Who?
So, did you ever read Sarah Silverman's autobiography?
Wait, Sarah Silverman's not Puerto Rican. She's Jewish.
No,
right?
but she stabbed the guy with a pen. I remember the biography.
That was a long time ago when she was young.
Okay.
Right.
I don't think she's running around stabbing people at 50.
Yeah, really.
Probably not.
And anyway, I'm not interested in her physically.
Exactly. There you go.
I'm more of a Natasha Leggero man.
We're going back to Italian broads now.
Well, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's stunning.
She is pretty.
And she's funny. She's funny.
Yeah.
And her husband is ugly as fuck and not funny.
Who's the husband again?
Oh, that
he looks
kid.
like Barton Fink.
Masha.
Oh, Masha Kasha, or whatever his name.
Right,
is.
She
something like
must.
that.
You know, I think she's one of these broads that just likes to be the hotter one.
Yeah.
You know, I think is hot, but she's not Jewish, but she's not Italian, but she's like New Yorker. Fran Drescher. I think she's smoking hot.
You
She
know,
was,
I
yeah.
think girls don't
She
care about
was,
looks
yeah.
as much as guys.
What's that?
Oh yeah, of course they don't.
Girls
yeah.
don't care about looks as much as guys.
No, of course not. Yeah.
It's so funny. It's like me and my ex together. I felt like we were even. We're both attractive people. Now she's dating a fat, bald guy with glasses,
Right.
with a yellow gap tooth, and he's obese.
Tell us how you really feel.
No, I'm just describing his appearance. He never takes pictures of himself, but one day they took a picture of him, and I screenshot it and showed it to everybody. And I showed it to Ashley Hamilton, and I go, "Am I better looking than this guy?" She's like, "Anybody's better looking than that guy."
Oh man.
Zombie, you want the final word?
You want the final word on this one?
Why bother now?
You know,
I think it wants to be associated.
fucking. You know, you're.
You want me to leave the equipment here and you do a half hour by yourself?
You do the zombie cast? Oh man, let's thank all our guests here. Oh man, thank you for coming. Yes, it's going. Okay, all right. Yep, that's it. Yeah.
Farmers Insurance knows the difference between a car hitting your bumper and a clown car hitting your bumper.
Sorry about that.
Because we covered it. Click for more.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Hear that? That's the sweet sound of Minute Maid slushies at McDonald's, turning up your summer with every sip, slurp, and ah.
Get a small sweet peach, blue raspberry, or fruit punch slushie for just $2. Or get any size soft drink for $1. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with combo meal.